folks, how are you doing? AJ here. I hope you're doing super well. So today I'm going to be reacting to part of an interview with Harry and Meghan for CBS Sunday Morning.
This was not your typical receiving line.
Hey!
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, better known as Harry and Meghan, are definitely big huggers.
They are definitely big huggers. Okay, what a surprise.
It was a meet.
Yeah, they want to be seen as, you know, being very compassionate and tactile. And as Meghan said in the Netflix documentary, you know, Princess Catherine was not a hugger and she found it very jarring. You know, what is that all about? You know, they're just trying to paint themselves as big huggers. Whatever, lots of people hug, and for the record, Catherine and William do hug.
Of an exclusive club.
Oh, it's good to meet you.
And one that none of them wanted to join. Most of the parents here have lost a child, directly or indirectly, as a result of exposure to online social media.
Okay, so this is heartbreaking. All of these parents have lost a child. Online bullying is such a thing at the moment. You know, we do have to protect our kids. Harry and Meghan are going into this with a view, I think, to stop Meghan from being bullied online. Who knows?
Harry and Meghan are trying to give them, and parents like them, some place to turn for help. It's called The Parent.
Okay, this is great. You know, I think we need more initiatives like this. It's great for parents who have gone through similar experiences to talk about it, you know. And I know people who've set up charities in Britain where people who've, you know, like suffered loss in a family can speak to other people who have gone through similar. So, you know, I don't diss this. This is good. But yeah, it's the hypocrisy that surrounds this. So let's look at this interview.
It's the loss that these families have suffered. Stories that need to be shared because the parents who are listening who have not suffered a loss think that they couldn't. But they could.
They certainly could. And that's, I think, one of the scariest things that we've learned over the course of the last 15, 17 years that social media's been around, and more so recently, is the fact that it could happen to absolutely anybody. I mean, we always talk about, in the olden days...
I think this is so surreal that they're talking about bullying when, you know, they have been accused of being bullies themselves by staff members when they were in Britain. You know, people came out, you know, Valentine Lowe wrote about it and someone said, oh, I was shaking, I think. Like, she just felt sick to her stomach, like going into work, and you should not feel that way. So, you know, it's apparent that they have been bullies themselves. Lady C has caught them out as well in her book, which I'm reading at the moment. But yeah, it's just hypocritical, and I find this really hard to watch when I know they bullied the royal family. You know, it's all right for them to say things about other people, but no one can say anything about them.
If your kids were under your roof, you knew what they were up to. At least they were safe, right? And now they can be in the next door room on a tablet or on a phone,
yeah,
and can be going down these rabbit holes, and before you know it, within 24 hours.
Yeah, it is scary what people can watch on social media, but a lot of people are looking into this already, and yeah, I'm not sure why these two they want to represent this, you know, helping online abuse when they have abused people, in my opinion. Okay?
They could be taking their life.
I'm getting annoyed now.
They're amazing.
Kids are amazing.
All you want to do as parents is protect them, and so as we can see what's
like she always goes on about how, you know, all you want to do is protect your children, but in my eyes, you know, children should be nurtured. They should be you know, mixing with their family, with their grandparents. Their kids do not see their grandparents, and I think that's really sad, apart from Doria. But you know, they're keeping them away from the royal family. They have royal titles, you know, Princess Lilibet, Prince Archie, but they don't actually see the royal family. You know, this I think it's very important, and kids benefit a lot from seeing their grandparents.
Happening in the online space.
But yeah, you
know
can't.
There's a lot of work to be done there, and we're just happy to be able to be a part of.
Well, you hope
Change for
that
good.
when your children ask for help, someone, is there to give it.
If you know how to help.
Well, thank you.
At this point, we've got
Yeah,
to
I've already commented on this section in a previous video.
And even the best first responders in the world wouldn't be able to tell the signs of
Yeah,
this.
and as I said before, I know people in the medical profession who, I think a few of them could tell the early warning signs of, self-harm. And yeah, I don't know what he's talking about there.
Possible suicide. Like that is the terrifying piece of this.
You can't tell this story to everybody.
Okay, my heart goes out to all of these parents. This is a real thing. I know parents of, friends of mine who have unalived themselves, and it is heartbreaking what parents go through. But yeah, I'm going to fast forward to this part.
Are taking their own life. Meghan Markle has been there, as she told Oprah Winfrey in 2021.
Look, I was really ashamed to say it at the time, and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, especially, because I know how much loss he suffered. But I knew that if I didn't say it, that I would do it, and I just didn't.
Okay, so good for her, if she did have those thoughts. And personally, and this is my channel, you can believe what you want to believe, but I did not believe this. I felt at the time she was using this as a manipulation tactic because she was not getting her own way, and because they wanted out of the royal family. And yeah, I saw it was quite manipulative. But yeah, who knows? Like, only Meghan knows what's going on in her head. And if she did have those thoughts, my heart goes out to her. But yeah, she told Harry, she told someone. And a lot of people that commit this awful, don't know what to call it, can't call it a crime, taking their own lives, it's just such an awful thing that most people, I believe, do not tell anyone. They just do it. So yeah, it's a good job she, got help.
Didn't want to be alive anymore.
But also at the time she was trying to say that no one would help her, and that's rubbish. She's a grown adult. I do feel when you're an adult you do have to help yourself. You book yourself therapy sessions, or you ask your partner for help. So yeah.
You had an experience that connects you to these families, and I see you touch your husband's hand and
Okay, firstly, sorry to the interviewer, she is not touching her husband's hand, she's touching his knee, but Harry is not touching her back, which is a little bit strange, because at this point in the interview you'd think he would be supporting her.
That's the way I knew that you would be looking after each other if I went places. But the connection that you have with people is they know you had suffered too, personally, contemplating killing yourself.
Look, I think Meghan might be good at connecting with people who are not so close to her, people going through hardships. But is it all an act? Is it to up her profile, to be seen as a humanitarian, as someone who cares? Yeah.
Is what suicidal ideation was. And I'm dancing around this because I can see you're uncomfortable with my even going there. Do you?
I understand why you are, though. I wasn't expecting it, but I understand why you are, because there is a through line, I think, and when you've been through.
Look, I think a lot of people can relate to any kind of bullying, whether it's in the workplace, online, or, feelings, just needing help.
Any level of pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience, but I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way, and I would never want some.
Well, Yeah, okay, she would never want anyone to feel that way, and I wouldn't either, but this seems a little bit manipulative to me.
Someone else to be making those sort of plans, and I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone.
Okay, but she has overcome it, so good for her. But yeah, you know, this is a real thing. People self-harming, people being depressed and not getting the right help. And, you know, there's a lot to be done, but there's so many people doing good work out there. I am not sure Harry and Meghan are right for this job, having had former staff members accusing them of bullying, you know, not wanting to come into work, their heart racing, feeling sick. You know, this is terrible. I do not believe Harry and Meghan are the right people for this job. But I do think, you know, it's great that these parents can get together and give each other the support that they need to speak to someone who's going through similar. Yes, I really don't think Harry and Meghan are the right faces to be heading a campaign such as this. But I do believe, you know, this is great for the parents having experienced such a tragedy. Like, I really think it must be the worst thing in the world to lose a child, and they are able to meet other parents who have experienced similar situation, like absolute tragedy. So it's great that they can meet up, and you know, we wish them all the best. But yeah, take care of your family. I really think charity starts at home. At the end of the day, you've got to take care of your mum, your dad, your cousins, your brother, sister, whether they're in-law or not. I think it's really good to establish healthy relationships within the family. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and take care. Big kiss, bye.